Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here again, and today I'm reviewing the Transformers RID 2015 Blizzard Strike Optimus Prime. Yeah, I'm still not over the RID thing. We really need a new name for this series. But here we have Blizzard Strike Optimus Prime, who is a repaint of the Warrior class Optimus Prime, which there's about 4 or 5 different Warrior class Optimus Primes in various color schemes, as well as Nemesis Prime. And now we have the remolds into the Power Surge, which also has like 3 or 4 different paints, so there's a version of this figure you'll like out there somewhere, probably. It's a very odd little figure, but I very much like the whole icy blue colors aesthetic thing, and this being Blizzard Strike, there's also like a Blizzard Strike Drift, I believe, and a couple of other characters. And something about this colors just really look cool to me. So you can see he's an Optimus Prime that combines with his trailer truck instead of having it as a separate piece, which is a pretty neat concept. And it doesn't look bad, it's actually pretty well painted. He does have the little poker chip insignia that RID's going for, which ironically is easily able to be scanned in the package. So you didn't need to buy this figure to get him in that game, if that game's still going. As far as paint goes, you can see his windshield is painted black, grill's painted white with red headlights, which is pretty nice. The smokestacks are actually painted in white, which is also a good way to hide the feet, as you can see the edges of the feet there. He does have these light gray wheels instead of black. They're this very, very light hint of gray. Very clear plastic. So back has nothing, and to be honest, the back looks kind of crappy-ish. I mean, yeah, it basically just looks like 2 half robot feet. They tried to hide it with like the rear lights, all that here, but they've honestly could have done a lot more. They could have had a piece flip up here, or cover this piece, kind of like on a slide or something. Plus, you just had these 2 pieces just sticking out from both the front and the back. Even from the side, it looks a little weird. And from the top of the truck, it's just legs. I mean, you can stand it up, and it's just legs. It's not a trailer. So, he really only looks good from the front and maybe the side. Because if you're looking from the back or the top, yeah, it starts falling apart. He does have an accessory with his axe here, which looks a lot like the War for Cybertron axe. Here it's done up in that same clear gray that the wheels are made out of, and it's got painted blue for the blade. And this is not in the instructions, but you can actually stow it away in vehicle mode. There's little trenches in here, and these little nubs here on the truck mode. From the bottom of the handle, you can actually slide it in. It does kind of help the fill in from the top. And it even has these little tab slots here with the tabs on the truck that kind of help hold it there. So it fills that in a bit at least, but it still just looks like legs with an axe inserted between them. So yeah. He rolls pretty well. I mean, as expected for a kid's toy. Also, you can see the robot chest pretty clearly right here. It's just this indent that kind of going. There's no really hiding that. That part I don't mind as much. This is the part that really bugs me. So, truck mode honestly does not get a pass for me. It's okay, but they could have done a lot more. This is just one of those times where I feel really lazy. And you can't call it a Cybertronian truck, really. I mean, I guess you could go for that, but nah, this is not Cybertronian. This is just, they didn't want to hide the robot legs that well. But transformation is pretty fun to make up for that. So how we start, you're going to come up here to the tail where these pipes are. Go ahead and pull them out. They'll unpeg. And they fold down, pretty much folding away the entire trailer truck into his legs, and then these split. As you can see, it forms legs pretty easily. Go ahead and grab here, it'll spin around, and the pretty clear robot chest is now here. Also revealing a false windshield, as it's clearly meant to be this, but those are on the arms. Go ahead and take the front of the truck, split it in half, rotate it down, bring the hands down, rotate them forward, bring them down, rotate them forward. Take these pieces, and the shells of the truck cab will actually rotate forward as well, bringing that poker chip insignia for the front. Last but not least, take the head out. Wasn't really disguised, it was kind of just pushed out of the way for transformation. And there you have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. So, get size comparison out of the way. Here he is next to Titan's Return Rumble and Combiner Wars Prowl, which you can see basically the warrior class for RID is just deluxe, the normal deluxe class. He's a little bit shorter, just a hair or two, and his proportions are definitely way different. But you can see he's basically about Deluxe class size. Take a look at the details. I actually do like some of the details. I like, this is actually something that the original Warrior class version did not have. He has these deco of this kind of circuitry detailing. Very, like, icicle-based circuitry detailing on his arms and his legs. Unfortunately, it doesn't carry out to the part where it transforms into the trailer, which kind of kills the whole point of this trying to be one big leg. I do like how it kind of forms the feet. Kind of like a piece of the foot was missing and it fills that in, as well as continuing like the bottom part here of the armor. But if they had continued over this detail, it would have been perfect. But I don't know, detail still looks really good. And as mentioned, he has them on the arms as well. One of the weird points for me is just his proportions. Like, his head looks extremely small on his body. I get it's supposed to be like Optimus is really big and bulky in this show, so his head's supposed to be a little bit small. But on a Warrior class, it just makes him look like he has a really tiny head. I don't know, it's just an odd thing. Plus, he has huge legs compared to his rather small chest. Legs look especially huge compared to the arms, too, because his hands only reach down to his hips. While in most cases, usually reach down to almost his knees. So it does look a little odd. It's not bad, it's certainly unique. And then he, of course, has his axe. You can have him hold it. And it looks pretty good in his hand. You can also still put it in this little slot place if you wish. Or you can also peg it to his shoulder here. I guess you could say that's an arm-mounted gun if you want. I mean, certainly I guess could pass for it. But it's more just a place to store the axe. Which doesn't look bad. Worst ways of storing it. Some of the details are a little odd that most people won't like. He does just have the bumpers kind of stuck to the bottom of his hands. So you can't even see his hands look inside, like some kind of pretty much how Armada handled Hotshot in Smokescreen, with the hands just buried inside of kibble. So when you ever have his hands up, it looks a little funny because it looks like he's about to smash you with a car bumper. Which I guess he is. He's going to punch you with a car bumper. I don't know. It's a little odd. There is a way to fix this, as if you take the wheel off and undo the screw, you can actually rotate it down, further down the arm. But the clear plastic wheels I can't quite get off, and I'm a little afraid of messing with them too much. Being clear plastic, they'll stress and break pretty easily. So I myself have not done that mod, but I know people have done it with the first mold, the first version of this mold. And I'll be honest, I picked up this figure just because I like the whole ice aesthetic he has going with the blizzard strike kind of thing. And he's not a bad figure, but the new Power Surge first remold is a lot better. From what I've seen, he has more weapons. He has these over-the-shoulder cannons. He has these dual swords he comes with. That also kind of help cover up the mess that's his truck mode in the back. So, I can kind of recommend this figure. If you already have the other version of the mold, I would not recommend him. If you see him for like $10 somewhere, he's probably worth it. If you can get past how his truck mode looks and the odd proportions, he's a pretty nice figure overall. He does have good articulation. His head swivels. His arms swivel. It can go outward on this hinge. He does have ball jointed elbows. It does get a swivel at the waist. Hinge going outward at the hip. Hinge going forward. Swivel. And knee joint, although it is kind of loose. When you get that 90 degree going, it stays pretty well, but when you have it on the straightened, it's a little loose. Kind of sucks because this is like only the second or third version of this mold, and it's already got a little bit of joint problems. But yeah, that's Blizzard Strike Optimus Prime from the new RID line. He's not bad. There's certainly worse figures out there, but I think you can do better for your money, especially with the newer remolds, and so a lot of the other Deluxe Warrior classes just look better for me. Especially strong armor. Out of the first run, I would say go get for strong armor. Possibly also drift looks good too. So, this has been Nerd Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you have a good day. Take care.